Basically, we manufacture and export flooring products, both cementitious and resin. So you've got polyurethanes, polyaspartics and epoxies, micro cements, and we also do the tools for the job. So you've got the squeegees, the tooth-notched rakes for putting the stuff down with, and then the overshoes. And the overshoes are the biggest part of our export at the moment.
I think it's probably true that Yorkshire and the Humber haven't been as fast as some other regions in developing export trade. Although I think it's equally fair to say that the Humber actually, and some of the companies in the Humber, have been quite successful in terms of international trade.
The LEP funding particularly, we went across to World of Concrete in America, and that was to support the Shoeing Pro range. We went to stand on their stand as the European distributor with them.
Karen and her team were working with one of my trade advisors, and they indicated to us that they felt that by exhibiting overseas that would have a significant impact on the business, and they were looking at a show called the World of Concrete in Las Vegas. And so through the funding that we were able to secure through the Humber LEP, we were able to support Karen to go over to the show and obviously show her wares, and I understood from Karen that that proved amazingly successful for her.
Basically, you could say the European stuff came as a result of the LEP funding, working with UKTI. And then further from that, when we exhibited at World of Concrete in Paris, the European version, the Shoeing Pro came over with us to Paris to support us. And they said, well, look, we're doing America, it's like Canada down to Argentina. Can you just do everything else? So as I said, within a couple of 3 weeks, we were sending 2 pallets off to Australia.
For first-time exporters, we clearly do a lot more hand-holding, a lot more basic information. We explain to companies about the risks of exporting, but then how a lot of the barriers, or the perceived barriers, may not be there, and that exporting is probably a little bit easier than they imagine it to be.
Last year, our turnover increased over 250%. 69% of that was export driven, whereas in the previous year it had only been 38%. And in the first quarter of this year, the exports are now 84% of turnover. So it's been a huge increase.
I think one of the things that historically have annoyed business is that business support has been fragmented and they've not really always known where to go for advice.
Consultants from the agencies actually get together every 4 to 6 weeks to talk about what their agency is doing, what their strengths are, where things might have changed, where they might have got new funding, and they share that information between them. So then the consultant comes in and the advisors come in and they can share that information with me. So when I'm talking about where the business wants to go, where we want to take it, what we're doing, they say, well, we can't help you with that, but we know so-and-so can. And highly, highly unique, I think, between those sort of agencies to do that.
And this is something that I think, in fact, the Humber is leading on. We now have, I believe from Duncan, it's 15 organisations meet on a regular basis, probably every couple of months, and discuss sort of business issues, problems. They're also able to refer with confidence, so that I think through the Growth Hub, we're now giving a far more holistic approach to businesses.
Certainly without the help we've had from LEP, UKTI, E-Factor, the Acorn funding, all of the agencies working together, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we are today.